At this point, I have visited four parks, but I have yet to find a single unique thing about any of them until now. Behold, behold, yes, so many play areas. Out of the four parks I went to, I've only seen one park with play area equipment, but now at this park, there are so many of them. I'll review them in detail. Also, so many benches in one place. I'll review the benches separately too. So to start with, of course, I need to review them orderly. First, greenery. Second, cleanliness. Third, walking path. Fourth, play area. And fifth, the most important, benches. The greenery in this park is very abundant. Everywhere you see is just green. The weather is amplifying the greenery a lot too. Although the greenery here is really good, what I have experienced is sometimes walking in the grass is a bit troublesome because there are puddles of water everywhere. Not everywhere, but somewhere, and it's making walking a bit troublesome. But overall, the grass is really green, and I would rate greenery 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 seems fair. Also, I found flowers here, although it isn't spring, but some flowers do grow in this time of the year. I don't know what this flower is, but here's what Google says about it. I've also found this bed of flowers here, very beautiful. This is the only trash I found here, and that is so impressive. But as I am recording this, I found another trash, and it's so embarrassing for this park. I was trying to give it a solid 5 out of 5, but let's just give it 4 out of 5 because trash is not tolerable here. As soon as you enter into the park, you can hop onto a track like this one here. The walk path here is really good. It's made out of, I guess, stones. It is really nice to walk here. If you have an umbrella like me, it will be very pleasing to walk here. You can see the whole park from here, and it's not covered by trees, and it's not muddy from the rain either. Like, I don't feel my feet sinking into the ground, and I would rate this walking path a solid 5 out of 5. I'm not that overweight. As I was just strolling here, I saw this I don't think it's really massive, but it is a pothole, and I think that decreases the rating a lot. So I will give this 4 out of 5. It is perfect, but it is not. It is good, but it is not perfect. Okay, there you have it. As you know, in all the previous parks that I've been to, there were close to no play area at all, and it was really disappointing to see that. But now there are a lot of play areas. I mean, lot. This park is almost filled to the brim. Not filled to the brim, but one side of the park is just play area, and I'm so excited to review it. Let's get on with it. As you enter into the park, this is the first. What do you even call these things? Playground equipment? Anyways, this is the first thing that you see, and it also spins. That is very cool. Then we have a monkey bar. Why is it bent? Why is it not straight? Then we have a slinky type thing. This is like a slinky, right? But it seems very cool nonetheless. Then the best thing in this park is this slide. I guess slides are everywhere I go and look, and slides are very nostalgic for me too because since childhood I've been playing around slides a lot. Then we have a swing. I think swing is the best thing in this world. I believe every park should have a slide and a swing at all cost because these are the best thing in this world. They should exist here. Anyways, then we have a seesaw. This is called a seesaw, right? It was very scary to me when I was a child. I don't know why, but seesaw used to look so big to me when I was a child. Why is there a big pothole near the seesaw? That is very dangerous for kids. Then we have another slide. This park is so amazing. They have 2 swings in one park. This park is so amazing. Why does this park have 2 swings when all the previous parks that I visited had no slide or swing? Well, there was one slide. Then we have this round slide. This park continues to amaze me a lot. I would easily give the play area in this park a solid 5 out of 5 just because it amazes me so much, and I don't know what to say anymore. I guess this bench is the most prominent bench in all of this park, And when you enter in this park, this bench is the first bench that catches your eye. This looks so good. There's one thing that's troubling me. The placement of this bench is very wrong. It is not symmetrical at all. The bench should be a little bit close to the dolphin. It should be parallel to the statue. Or if they wanted to place the bench here, they should have placed it parallel to this line. It would have looked so much better that way. Either way, I rate the bench 4 out of 5 because the bench itself looks really good, but the placement is really bad. So this is the second bench that I'm going to review. And as you guys know, I love benches where there is a shade of a tree and it just gives a natural shade to the bench. When it's sunny, it will be really relaxing to sit here. And now I will give you a little close-up review. As you can see, this bench is very dated. It has a lot of cracks, but the one thing that I like about this bench so much is the shading above it. And in summer, I think the air will be very cool and it will be very relaxing to sit here. But overall, I think the bench is also painted in some areas. Just look at these areas. The paints are scraping off, but for how old it is really well maintained. And so overall, I will give this bench 5 out of 5. So the shelter here has 3 sitting areas and there's a big bench in the middle. But there's something that I would like to point out, that look at these chairs here. They look absolutely decimated. Why is that? But the bench here is really good. But the funny thing is that some crows or some pigeons have shit here, and who would want to sit here? And this perfect bench has this perfect shelter has been absolutely destroyed by this stuff. So I would rate this shelter plus bench chiz 2 out of 5, just because this isn't an area to sit, but it's a perfect area to have a shelter from the rain. This is another bench that is the same as those bench over there, and this bench is really well maintained. So it doesn't have any characteristics to it, so I would rate it 4 out of 5 just because it's really well maintained. Do you see this bench? Although the bench has really good color, but just look at the crack in the middle. But I don't know who would want to sit here. The color is really good, so I will give it 2 out of 5, because benches have to be maintained. As you enter into this park, there is a really good shed to rest from the rain, but there's something really cool that I want to show you. Just look at these benches here. These collection of benches are so good, but there's one bad apple among them. The best thing is these benches are really clean too, except for this one. This bench is hopeless, and this one is the same one as I've shown you previously. I think because of rain, these benches are really clean and it will be so relaxing to sit here. And I found another flaw here, the crack, but I don't think this will be really devastating for people to sit in. I don't think it will collapse. But overall, I would rate these benches a solid 4 out of 5, just because of that bench over there. This is the first bench that comes into your path. This bench is really plain looking, but it is really well maintained. I don't think it's really well maintained either. It's a bit aged, but it has the shade of a tree, and I think it's the best feature of this park. Some benches are covered in trees like that too. So I would rate this bench a solid 4 out of 5, just because it's not really that good looking.